Now we are going to see the third case. The first element of a row is 0, but some other elements are not 0. So while constructing the row array, if a 0 is encountered as the first element of a row, then all the elements of the next row will be infinite. So to overcome this problem, we can take that 0 as epsilon and keep the construction of array in the usual way. Finally, let epsilon tends to 0 and determine the values of the elements of the array which are functions of epsilon. The resultant array is interpreted as follows. So we are going to see a problem. Construct row array and determine the stability of the system represented by the characteristic equation s to the power 5 plus s to the power 4 plus 2s cube plus 2s square plus 3s plus 5 is equal to 0. This is the given characteristic equation. So from this given characteristic equation, we are going to form the row 1 and row 2. Here the s to the power 5 is the highest order. So first we are starting with the row s to the power 5. So the coefficient of s to the power 5 is 1 and the coefficient of s to the power 3 is 2 and the coefficient of s is 3. So 1, 2, 3. This forms the first row. The second row we are starting from s to the power 4. The coefficient of s to the power 4 is 1. The coefficient of s square is 2 and the constant term is 5. Now we are going to form the next row, that is nothing but s cube. S cube is nothing but 1 into 2 minus 1 into 2 divided by 1. So 2 minus 2 is nothing but 0. Then the second element of the third row is nothing but 1 into 3 minus 5 into 1 divided by 1. So we will be getting minus 2. Now here you are having an element as 0. So what we are going to do is we are replacing the 0 by epsilon. So in the s cube, in the row s cube, we are putting it as, instead of 0, we are putting epsilon and we are writing the next element as it is. So we are getting the row of s cube as epsilon minus 2. Now we are going for the next row. Next row is nothing but s square. How we will calculate s square? Epsilon into 2 minus 2 into 1 divided by epsilon. The next element is nothing but epsilon into 5 minus 0 into 1 divided by epsilon. So we have found out the next row. Then we are moving to the, so after simplification you are getting 2 epsilon plus 2 divided by epsilon and 5. So here epsilon and epsilon get cancelled, here we will be getting only 5. So we have formed the s square row. Now we are going for the next row, that is s row. So how we will calculate s? 2 epsilon plus 2 divided by epsilon into minus 2 minus 5 into epsilon divided by 2 epsilon plus 2 divided by epsilon. This is nothing but the element of S1. So after simplification you will be getting minus 5 epsilon square plus 4 epsilon plus 4 divided by 2 epsilon plus 2. So next we are going to form the row of s to the power 0. So it is nothing but minus 5 epsilon square plus 4 epsilon plus 4 divided by 2 epsilon plus 2 into 5 minus 0 into 2 epsilon plus 2 divided by epsilon divided by minus 5 epsilon square plus 4 epsilon plus 4 divided by 2 epsilon plus 2. So this is nothing but the term for s to the power 0. So after simplification, you will be getting s to the power 0 as 5. So now we have created the row array. So after getting a 0 in the row, in the first element of the row S cube, we have replaced that 0 by epsilon, and you continued our process of Routh array. Okay. Now we have completed up to the last step. Now what we have to do means, instead of epsilon we have to substitute 0. Okay. So after substituting epsilon is equal to 0, we are getting the Routh array as like this. So in the first column there is one sign change, plus 2 minus, again minus 2 plus. So there is 2 sign changes. So on observing the first column of Routh array, it is found that there are 2 sign changes. Hence 2 roots are lying on the right half of S spline. So since there is 2 sign changes, 2 roots are lying on the right half of S spline. So the system is unstable. So if you are having the roots in the right half of S spline, automatically our system will be unstable. And since you are having s to the power 5 polynomial, so it will be having 5 roots. Of these 5 roots, 2 roots are lying on the right half of S spline, and remaining 3 roots, it is lying on the left half of S spline. So now we are going to the next problem. By Routh stability criterion, determine the stability of the system represented by the characteristic equation 9s to the power 5 minus 20s to the power 4 plus 10s cube minus s square minus 9s minus 10 is equal to 0. Comment on the location of the roots of the characteristic equation. So the question, after reading the question, we understand that they have given one characteristic equation. From the characteristic equation, we have to form the Routh array. So after founding the Routh array, we have to check whether there is any sign changes. If there is any sign changes, then the system will be unstable, and if there is no sign changes, it will be stable. So after finding the stability, we have to tell whether where are the roots located, whether it is located on the left half of S spline or it is located on the right half of S spline. So we have to explain. So we will start. So this is a Routh array what we have obtained after. So this is a characteristic equation. So first we have to create the row for s to the power 5, then s to the power 4. First you have to create it for s to the power 5, then you have to create it for s to the power 4, then s cube, s square, s to the power 1 and s to the power 0. So here we can change one sign change, plus 2 minus one sign change, then minus 2 plus another sign change 2, then plus 2 minus 3, then 3 sign changes are there. So these are the steps how we have created the Routh array, and here you are having 3 sign changes. So 3 roots are lying on the right half of S spline. So the system is unstable. Okay. So next problem. The characteristic polynomial of a system is s to the power 7 plus 9 s to the power 6 plus 24 s to the power 5 plus 24 s to the power 4 plus 24 s cube plus 24 s square plus 23 s plus 15 is equal to 0. We have to determine the location of roots on S spline, and we have to determine the stability. We have to check whether the system is stable or not. This is the question. So first we have formed the first row and second row. Okay, so the second row we can divide it by 3. Okay, because you are having 9 here, then 24, 24, 15. So 3, 8, 8 and 5. So after simplification, this is a Routh array what you are getting. So while going through this Routh array, we can see that there is 2 sign changes. This 0.52 minus 3 is one sign change, another minus 3 to 1 is another sign change. You are having 2 sign changes. So 2 roots are lying on the right half of S spline. So this is the step for doing the Routh array. So here you are getting one full row as 0. So when you are getting a full row as 0, what we have to do is we have to take the auxiliary polynomial, we have to differentiate it, and we have to place coefficients of the polynomial in the particular row, and we have to proceed. Okay. So the auxiliary equation what you have got is s to the power 4 plus s square plus 1 is equal to 0. So here we have to take s to the power s square is equal to x. So when substituting in this auxiliary equation, you will be getting x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. The roots of the quadratic equation we can form by minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Okay. After substituting, you are getting the roots as minus 1 by 2 plus or minus j into root 3 by 2. These are the roots. So we have taken as s square is equal to x. So now we are going to calculate s. S is nothing but square root of x. Next problem, using Routh stability criterion, determine the location of roots on S plane and hence the stability for the system represented by the characteristic equation s to the power 5 plus 4 s to the power 4 plus 8 s cube plus 8 s square plus 7 s plus 4 is equal to 0. And we are creating the Routh array. From this Routh array, we are getting the one element as 0. So in the place of 0, we are putting epsilon and we are proceeding. So when analyzing the first column of the Routh array, we are seeing that there is no sign change. So the system is stable. So, but here since we are getting one of the element as 0 in the first column, there is a chance for roots in the imaginary axis. So we are taking the auxiliary polynomial and we are finding the roots. So we have got two imaginary roots. So from this imaginary root, we understand that the system is not fully stable, but it is limitedly or marginally stable. So here they have given the another next problem. So in this problem they have given the g of s. The problem is determine the range of k for stability of unity feedback system whose open loop transfer function is g of s is equal to k divided by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2. They have given the open loop transfer function. From this open loop transfer function, we have to find the closed loop transfer function. So closed loop transfer function is nothing but c of s divided by r of s is equal to g of s divided by 1 plus g of s h of s. So we have to substitute g of s here and we have to find the closed loop transfer function. So we have substituted the value of g of s and we have found out the closed loop transfer function. From that closed loop transfer function, we have taken the characteristic equation. Here the characteristic equation is nothing but s into s square plus 3s plus 2 plus k. So it is nothing but s cube plus 3s square plus 2s plus k is equal to 0. So now we are going to construct the Routh array. Here the highest order is s to the power 3. So it will be the first row and s to the power 2 or s square will be the second row. After finding the first and second row, we are going for the third row, that is s to the power 1, that is 3 into 2 minus k into 1 divided by 3. Similar. So next we are going to calculate s to the power 0. S to the power 0 is nothing but 6 minus k divided by 3